Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're gonna jump into the world of ceremonial magic.
Oh,
We're gonna be exploring this Supreme Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram,
okay.
the SBRP, as I guess the cool kids call it.
Right.
We got some excerpts from a document that goes through like all the steps and all the symbolism and all that kind of cool stuff.
Okay.
And I gotta say, it's a bit more involved than just sort of waving a wand and chanting a few words, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's much more of a structured process, I would say.
Okay.
You could think of it like setting the stage for a really important performance,
Okay.
making sure the energy is right, everything's in its place.
Yeah.
It's a kind of spiritual spring cleaning, really.
Oh, I like that. Spiritual spring cleaning. So instead of dusting furniture, we're clearing out unwanted energy.
Yeah.
What kind of stage are we setting with this SBRP?
You got it. And the stage is actually really important here. Ideally, it's a dedicated space free of distractions where you can really focus. But hey, if you're in a pinch, any room can work.
Okay.
The key is to make it a blank slate, both physically and energetically.
So no clutter allowed.
Right.
And I'm guessing that's where the tools come in.
Yeah.
Right, all that stuff about like the Sword of the Hyrius and ceremonial robes. This is starting to sound like a scene from a movie.
It definitely has a certain dramatic flair,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
these tools aren't just for show.
Okay.
They each have a specific purpose, helping to channel and direct energy during the ritual. Think of them as extensions of your will, amplifying your intentions.
Okay, so we've got our clean slate, we've got our tools, we're feeling all mystical. What's the first move in this energetic dance?
The ritual begins facing east.
Okay.
Now, facing east is significant in a lot of traditions.
Right.
I mean, think about it. The sun rises in the east, symbolizing new beginnings, a fresh start.
Yeah.
That's the energy we want to tap into right from the start.
So it's all about aligning ourselves with that like fresh, vibrant energy. Yeah.
And what do we do once we're facing east already to soak up that sunrise vibe?
The first action is performing the Kabbalistic cross.
Okay.
You can think of it as a sort of energetic handshake with the divine. It's a way to ground yourself, center your energy, and call upon that higher power.
So it's like we're setting the intention for the whole ritual with that gesture.
Yeah.
Right. Like, okay, higher power, let's do this thing.
You got it. And from there, things start to get really interesting.
Okay.
Now we move on to the pentagrams, which are, let's face it, kind of the rock stars of ceremonial magic.
Pentagrams, I'm picturing something out of a fantasy novel.
Right.
What's the deal with them and how do they fit into this SBRP?
Well, the pentagram is a powerful symbol representing the 5 elements.
Okay.
Spirit, earth, air, fire, and water. In the SBRP, we use a specific kind of pentagram called the Banishing Pentagram of Spirit.
Okay.
We trace it in the air, visualizing it as a blazing line of light.
Hold on, back up a sec.
Sure. We're tracing it in the air, like with our fingers. Or is this where the sword comes in?
The sword can be used, yes.
Okay.
It acts like a conduit, focusing your energy as you trace the pentagram. But you can use your finger, too, if that feels more comfortable.
Okay.
The important part is the visualization, the intent you're putting into it.
So it's less about the physical action, more about the mental focus.
Exactly.
Like I'm really picturing this pentagram blazing in the air, banishing anything icky.
Exactly. And at the center of the pentagram, we draw another symbol.
Okay.
The spirit sigil.
Yeah.
And then vibrate a specific name, Exarp.
Exarp, that sounds ancient and powerful.
It is.
What's the meaning behind that?
Each name used in the ritual carries a specific vibration.
Okay.
A connection to a certain energy. Exarp is associated with the element of spirit, that pure divine essence we're invoking.
Sounds like we're calling on the big boss of the spirit world with that name.
You could think of it that way, yes.
Right. Bringing in the heavy hitters to help with the banishing.
And after vibrating Exarp, we intone the name Ahea,
Okay.
a Hebrew name often translated as I am,
Whoa.
symbolizing pure being the source of all creation.
I am. That feels like a direct line to the divine.
It is.
Getting intense.
And wait, there's more.
Okay.
The document mentions something called LVX signs.
What are those?
The LVX signs are a series of hand gestures, each with its own specific meaning and energetic effect.
Okay.
They add another layer of power and precision to the ritual, helping to further focus and direct the energy.
So it's like we're weaving a spell with our hands.
Yeah.
Adding these specific gestures to boost the power.
That's a great way to put it. Each element of the ritual builds upon the last, creating a symphony of energy.
Wow.
And after the LVX signs, we move clockwise to the south.
Okay, south. So we're basically doing the whole pentagram thing again.
Right.
But this time with a different flavor.
Exactly. In the south, we're working with the element of fire.
Okay.
That energy of passion transformation and, well, banishing. We trace another banishing pentagram of spirit, this time vibrating the name Vitam, which has fiery associations.
Beat 'em. It sounds almost like an explosion of energy.
Yeah.
Like a fiery blast.
It does.
And we're not just stopping with the pentagram this time, are we?
Nope, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
We also trace a fire pentagram.
Okay.
And here's where things get really layered. We intone Oyapti Padochi,
Wow.
a name linked to fire,
Okay.
and then Elohim, a Hebrew name for God, representing that divine creative power.
So we're calling on some serious firepower here.
Yeah.
And there's a symbol, too, right? Something about a lion?
You're right. We draw the sigil of Leo the lion.
Okay.
Which is the astrological sign associated with fire.
Right.
It's like we're tapping into the archetypal energy of the lion.
Okay.
Courageous, powerful, and definitely capable of clearing out anything in its path.
I'm starting to get a sense of how this ritual builds momentum.
Yeah.
Like we're layering these energies, these symbols, these names to create a truly potent force. And those hand gestures come back into play here too, right? Those LVX signs.
Absolutely. In the South, we perform the sign of Philosophus, the projection sign, and the sign of silence.
Okay.
Each gesture has a specific purpose, further refining and directing the energy we're working with.
So like we're choreographing this energetic dance, making sure every step is precise and powerful.
Right.
Okay, so we've faced east, called upon the element of spirit, then moved to the south, invoked the element of fire. Where do we go next on our compass of power?
Next, we head west.
Okay.
Now, the west is often associated with emotions, intuition, the element of water.
Okay.
And here, things get a little different.
Ooh, a twist. What changes in the west?
Well, instead of an active banishing pentagram of spirit,
Okay.
we trace it in a passive form.
Oh, interesting.
It's more about receptivity, about drawing in and absorbing rather than projecting outward.
Okay.
We also vibrate the name H-Koma, which is connected to water.
Kichkoma. It sounds almost soothing, like flowing water. It's a very different feel from the fiery Bitum.
It is. And after H-Karma, we intone Agla,
Okay.
a name associated with protection and divine grace, that flowing, enveloping energy of water.
I like that.
We also draw the sigil of an eagle,
Oh, cool.
representing the higher aspects of water.
Okay.
Think soaring above the emotional turbulence, seeing things from a higher perspective.
It's like we're calling on the wisdom and clarity of water to help us wash away any negativity.
Exactly.
And what about the hand gestures? Are they different in the West, too?
They are here. We perform the sign of Practicus, the attacking sign, and the sign of protection.
Okay.
It might seem a bit paradoxical.
Yeah.
The attacking sign alongside the passive pentagram.
Right.
But it's about striking a balance.
Okay.
Even in receptivity, there's a need for clear boundaries and protection.
So it's not just about passively letting things flow over us. We're still actively engaged, but in a more receptive way.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing our journey isn't over yet?
No.
There's one more direction to go.
You got it. Finally, we reach the north,
Okay.
which is traditionally associated with the element of earth grounding stability. And you guessed it, more banishing.
Or it's like we've come full circle back to that solid foundation.
Yes.
What's the final act in our ritual drama?
In the north, we trace another banishing pentagram of spirit.
Okay.
This time vibrating the name Nanta, connected to the earth's strength and resilience. We also intone Imor Dial Hectega, a name associated with earth,
Okay.
followed by Adonai, another name for God, emphasizing that sense of divine grounding and power.
So we're really anchoring ourselves to that earth energy, making sure everything we've done is solid and stable. And I bet there's a symbol for earth too, right?
You know, we draw the sigil of Taurus, the bull, which represents earth in astrology. Think of that strong, steady energy, unwavering in its strength.
Bulls are definitely grounded creatures.
They are.
And those hand gestures, they come back one last time in the north.
They do. In the north, we perform the sign of Zelator, the projection sign, and the sign of silence.
Okay.
It's that final push of energy, making sure we've cleared the space thoroughly and sealed it with protection.
Okay, so we've faced each direction, called upon each element.
Right.
Traced pentagrams, vibrated names. It's a lot to take in.
It is.
Where do we go from here? Is the ritual complete?
Not quite. There's one more powerful step. We return to the east, where we started, and stand in the form of the Tau cross.
The Tau cross, isn't that an ancient symbol too?
It is. It's shaped like a T.
Right.
And in this context, it represents a point of balance, a place of integration.
Okay.
After all that moving and invoking, we're coming back to center, grounding ourselves in that stillness, and it's from this place of balance that we deliver one of the most potent parts of the ritual.
So we're back in the East, standing in the form of the Tau cross, feeling all balanced and grounded.
Right.
What's this powerful next step?
This is where we call upon the archangels.
Okay.
Those powerful beings of light and protection.
Right.
You shared a powerful line from the document.
Oh, yeah. It gave me chills just reading it. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. On my right hand, Michael. On my left hand, Uriel. For about me flames the pentagram, and in the column shines the six-rayed star.
It's an incredible invocation, isn't it?
It is.
Each archangel is associated with a direction and an element. We've got Raphael with air in the east, Gabriel with water in the west, Michael with fire in the south, and Uriel with earth in the north.
So it's like we've got this incredible team of spiritual guardians surrounding us, each bringing their own unique power to the ritual.
Exactly.
And that imagery is so vivid, a flaming pentagram and a six-rayed star.
It's more than just pretty imagery, though.
Okay.
It's a powerful visualization that reinforces the protective barrier we've created.
Right.
That flaming pentagram symbolizes the energy we've invoked, and the six-rayed star represents the harmonious union of the elements, the divine light shining through.
So we've called upon the elements, we've traced those pentagrams, we've vibrated the names, and now we've invoked the archangels. Right.
It feels like we've built this incredible fortress of spiritual energy.
We have.
What's the final step in this epic ritual?
We come full circle back to that gesture that started it all, the Kabbalistic cross.
So it's like we're sealing the deal?
Exactly.
Bringing the ritual to a close with that gesture of connection and grounding?
It signifies the completion of the banishing and seals the space with that divine energy we've called upon.
This deep dive has been fascinating.
It has.
It's amazing how much depth and symbolism is packed into this ritual.
I know.
And even though it's rooted in ceremonial magic, I can see how the principles can be applied to everyday life.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we have the power to create a space of peace, clarity, and protection, both within ourselves and in the world around us.
So listeners, as you go about your day, consider the symbolic power of banishing what unwanted energies might you need to clear away to make space for something new. What negativity can you transform into something positive? What intentions can you set to create a more harmonious and fulfilling life? These are definitely questions worth pondering.
Until next time, keep diving deep, and may your journey be filled with clarity, purpose, and a sense of wonder